Hey guys, Tyson here, and one quick thing before we start. I am so sorry that I haven't been posting videos lately. I know the last one I did was about at the museum about a week ago, and I'm so sorry I haven't been because I have for 11 days I've been coughing crazily right after I got over the flu, which is why I was so sick that weekend. I didn't feel good at all, but I still went to the museum and made a video of it. That's why I was coughing a little bit in the video. After I had gotten over the flu, I started coughing a lot more than I had been. And so we went to the doctor and found out I got bronchitis. It hasn't been going on forever. It's not chronic bronchitis. It's whatever the other term is. Acute. That's what it is. Acute. Thinking about math here, and for some reason I was thinking about math. And acute popped in my head because of acute angles and whatever. But that's why I haven't been doing much videos, because I've been coughing and I haven't really been able to talk that well. But now I've got some medicine that's going to help me get better. So I want to talk about what I'm getting for my birthday, which is actually coming up here in March. So, excuse me. So, tonight I just looked on, Training World, and found that they have these Wowthers, ES44 C4s and SD70 Aces with DCC and sound for $139 for the Aces, and no, $149 for the Aces and $139 for the C4s. Well, I've been debating about it, and I thought, well, okay, so my parents are always like, they look exactly the same. I say, well, no, they're actually not the same. There's a lot of differences between them, and of course they don't understand because they are not trained people like a lot of people watching this and me. I've, been interested in trains my whole life. Ever since I was one, I've been watching Thomas and Friends, and that's what actually got me started, was that. And then once I actually grew up and grew out of Thomas and Friends, I got into realistic things, and I made a small layout with a starter, a old terrible Bachmann starter set. I would not use it now because it was so bad. It was very, very bad. So I would never use it now. But I have like a small table, and then that set got broken by a friend because he literally went in the house for 2 seconds to grab a drink. Literally, not 2 seconds, but literally 20 seconds to grab a drink. I go back out. Things going full speed. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And then all I hear is, and it's falling off the table. And I'm like, thanks! You ruined my very first train set. So then I waited a little bit longer to get more back into it. And then when I actually learned, when I was 9, that actually Thomas and Friends was made with G-scale models, I was like, I should get into the modeling thing again. And then I got another smaller layout and started off with literally another Athearn starter, an Athearn starter, not Bachmann, but Athearn this time. And it was way better. It lasted me a long time. And the motor went out on that old GP25? Yeah, GP25, or GP30, sorry. And then that's when I got this puppy right here, and now it's been replaced by this, my Intermountain ES44 C4. And this is an Athearn Genesis, this Intermountain, this is Athearn Genesis, SD70 Ace. Excuse me. This is a Genesis, and this is just Intermountain, because Intermountain doesn't have any special lines, I don't think, like Scale Trains does, or Athearn, or a couple other companies that I know of. Bachmann, they have Bachmann Spectrum, they have Bachmann this and Bachmann that, and they have a tons, and some people have N-scale lines and HO lines, and there's a bunch of things. So I've really been debating. I'm like, so my parents always say they look exactly the same. So I thought, well, if I got another C4, they'd be like, that's the same thing. It just has a different number, a different sound system, and maybe a different company. Because I'm looking for more DCC. This is a DCC ready, which I would install some DCC decoder on this, but it doesn't have the speaker. Because it is DCC ready. It's just this particular model does not have a speaker in it. There are other ones that are DCC ready. I don't know why this one did not come with a speaker. But I know a couple other numbers. This is number 9395. I checked. It doesn't have a speaker or a decoder in there. Because I wasn't really sure when I bought it if it was DC or DCC ready. Or DCC or DCC ready. But it runs on DC, and now all the headlights have burned out, so it's kind of become a sideline unit for use in, like, shots, like comparison shots, and really just side shot running or sitting in the siding, stuff like that. It hasn't really, been run in quite a while, because I ran it on this route, and so I was running it backwards, pulling this short train that I had. I was actually shunting with it, using DC because it runs on DC. So I was shunting with it, and the rear headlights go beep. One of them does, it goes, there's a bright flash. I'm like, whoa, that's blinding. I noticed it went out. Well, I slowed it down a little bit, came back to the same exact point, beep, the other light went out. I was like, are you serious right now? So then I put it forwards on the train, and it's not a dead spot because it doesn't do it with this. It doesn't do it with any other of my locomotives. It was just this one. I put it back forwards, and I was doing the same thing, just shunting. Just doing a little bit of shunting, moving cars in and out. A couple of my sidings over here. I've got this siding here, and then another siding way over there somewhere. And I was like, okay, maybe there's a dead spot. I ran a bunch more locomotives on there. Nothing happened. Nothing quit right there. It's just that this particular locomotive did it. So, the lights went back out. And I was like, what the heck? Those are not. Huh. I didn't notice that until just now when I was looking at it. This sunshade seems to be more down than that one. That one's more pointed outwards, if you guys can tell. This one on this side is more downward, and this one is not wherever my finger is. It's way over there. This one is not. This one's more straight, and this one's more down. I can find my finger again. Down. Out. It's kind of hard when you're in Zoom. Anyways, so my parents are always like, that looks exactly the same. So I told my mom what a C4 was. And she said, okay. So I showed her the picture of I'm doing Wowzers because they are the cheapest ones I could find at the moment. And my family's on a tight budget. And I was like, I want some model train things for my birthday. So, I mean, I at least want one thing. It doesn't have to be a locomotive. It can be a couple cars. If it's related to model railroading, it's fine. And I found that, I was like, oh man, that's really nice. Even though it's Wowzers, and it's not like it's a Wowzers mainline, it's not the super detailed thing, but it'll work. Then I found the C4 for a bit cheaper, and I was like, oh, okay. But then I showed my mom, what the C4 was, and she said, yeah, don't buy something that looks exactly the same, that's just made by a different manufacturer, and then a different sound system, because this is ESU, and what's in the ES44, the Wowthers locomotives that I was looking at, both have soundtracks. One, not two. They have Tsunami 1, not 2. They have 1, not 2. So, I mean, for something just in need for a consist, it doesn't have to be super detailed. It's going to be running behind my main locomotive. I'm going to speed match them and everything, and it's not going to be that, in need of detail. It just needs to be something that I can run behind my other locomotive. So I showed my mom a picture of a C4, and we compared it with this one. I actually found the exact picture. This one said, that is a C4. And she said, okay, we're not going to go with that one because it looks exactly the same. I said, because it is the same. She said, okay, then go with the Ace. The Ace looks way different in comparison. I said, the only thing different it has from this model is it has the low headlight and not the high headlight, which is completely fine. I do prefer these low headlight or high headlights more than the low headlights because I think they honestly look better, but whatever I can find that's pretty cheap is okay. And she said, but they still kind of look the same from the rear. I said, no they don't. If you look at them, this is a K5LA. I'm not sure what horn this is. I'm believing a K3 or something like that. Or I don't know what this actually is. I think it's a K5 of some. It's a Nathaniel K5 of some sort. Something in the K5 family. I think this is a K5LA. And this is something in the K5 family. I'm not really sure. Oh, I knocked over a sign. Not really sure what's in the what it is in the K5 family, but this one has an exhaust stack, that one doesn't. You can see the fans are a lot smaller on this one than on this one. The radiator grills are not there on this one. There's not a San Phil hatch there, but there is there. If I can get a better view, there's a San Phil hatch there, but not there. There's a whole bunch of differences that are, they're way different. They have two different prime movers. They were built at different times. There's a lot more differences than you see from the outside that are on the inside. So that's what I'm going for, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. I'll probably do a run-by of my C4 here real quick, and so yeah, I am hoping you guys are having a great weekend so far, and video production should be picking up a lot more soon. There won't be a review. Well, my review on this, when I got home and I found this in my mailbox, I was like, okay, I gotta do a review on this. I didn't notice my camera battery was almost dead because I haven't charged it. So my camera battery was almost dead, and I was very excited, so I quickly set it up on the tripod, turned it on, got the scissors to open the box up, and I quickly opened it. Now, I think the video is like 13 minutes long, but my camera died before I could actually get some good shots of it running. So I'm sorry if you guys are a little bit disappointed by that. I will actually re-review that video. Because last time I reviewed it was the day that I actually did it, because I charged up the battery and then plugged it back in and put it to my computer and watched it, but I don't remember how good it was exactly. So I'm gonna do a quick run by for you guys of the C4, and so see you guys later. Goodbye. Oh well. Hold on, before I leave, I'm going to tell you guys something real quick that I did to this because these things come pre-programmed with ditch lights that flash, and the volume's not all the way up. So since BNSF does not have flashing ditch lights, I turn that off by CV change. I will provide a link in the description if you guys decide to get one of these and it is a BNSF or Union Pacific that do not have flashing ditch lights. Then I will give you guys that thing that I used, and then in the manual, if you turn the manual over, you'll see the CV chart for the sound volume. For the master volume is 63, and the highest range, the range on that is 192. The prime mover, bell, and horn volumes, the prime mover is 259. Not sure about the bell and the horn. The prime mover is 259, and that can go to 128. 128. So, and the horn's quite loud. Once you get out of the box and start running, the prime mover is not loud. The horn and bell is pretty loud, but once you actually turn up the master volume, that actually turns up everything. And then I didn't have to increase the volume for the prime mover because I increased the whole volume, and that increased the horn and the bell and the prime mover volume and all the sound that goes with it. So I will see you guys later, and goodbye.